All right, so on to Group F, and who better to have in here than James Sharman and Michael Singh? We're talking Canada, Canada heavy. We'll talk about the other teams, but listen, this is a big moment for this Canadian team. What are your realistic expectations for these guys coming out of this group?
Realistic, that's a good question. I think they'll play well. They'll do themselves proud. I don't think they'll emerge from the group, but they won't get blown out. I'm pretty confident as well. Even though Belgium, Croatia are great teams, and Morocco is really underrated, they won't get blown out. I think they'll score a goal. And everyone asks me, will they score a goal? This because of 86. Yeah, they'll score a goal in this World Cup. The attack's too potent not to score a goal. So I think they'll be proud. They'll fly the flag high, and they'll come home early. But that's okay. It's a build.
Mikey?
Yeah, I'm with James. I think they're going to score a goal. Are they going to advance out of the group? Hey, crazier things have happened at World Cups. Probably not. They're the underdogs in this group for a reason. But I'm not going to rule it past Canada to find a way to put some magic together and advance out of the group.
We know it's funny. Every time we doubt this team through qualifying, every single time they came through with a performance, a good performance. And it all began back in 2019, beating the States at BMO, and no one thought they could do that. They did it. So they always surprise us. So you're right. World Cup, strange things do happen. And why not? There's definitely an opportunity and a chance they could progress. I just don't think, I wouldn't bet in it, put it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about their strengths and weaknesses in this group. I mean, going forward, it's never really been an issue throughout qualifying. They have the goal scorers to score goals. But it's just at the back end, I think, is the worrying issue for Canada going up against Belgium, Croatia, and Morocco. Morocco and Canada very similar, but, Morocco can't score goals.
Yeah, Morocco is a really tough team, and they're going to be getting some pieces back. And Mazraoui and Hakim Ziyech, guys who were not part of this team during their qualifying, but have since come back into the fray. And you add in Hakimi into that mix, and out wide, that's where Morocco's strengths are. You look at Canada, that's where Canada's strengths are. So I think that'll be such a great game. And a lot of people are saying Morocco is the one team that Canada should beat or have a chance at beating. I don't think it's that straightforward.
No.
I don't think they're going to be that much of a
real
walkover,
tough match.
right?
The fact is, Morocco fired their manager so Ziyech could come back into the team. Just like a few months ago, right? This is how much they rely on Ziyech up front. And you're right, the width of those players as well. So yeah, really similar teams. I think that'd be a really interesting match. Be won or loss out wide, I think, as opposed to in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, don't rule out Morocco at all. Everyone's discounting them, but that's a big mistake.
And on the flip side, Canada will be looking at them. Morocco will be looking at Canada saying, listen, if we can get a couple of results against Belgium and Croatia and we beat Canada, we're through.
Just get a point against one of those
exactly
big boys, right? That's the thing.
But they are very similar because each side has a handful of players who play in Europe at some big teams. And then they have a star individually in Alphonso Davies and Hakim Ziyech. I know Hakim Ziyech hasn't been great for Chelsea, but if you remember his days back at Ajax, he's one of the main reasons why they made that run to the Champions League.
And we saw Ziyech last year. He showed me enough at Chelsea. He can be a game breaker.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking at the stars, I'm taking Canada's stars over Morocco's stars. If we're looking at the game breakers, Alphonso Davies is probably the best left back in the world right now. I don't think that's an overstatement at all. And he steps up for big games. We've seen in the past. Jonathan David is in form, in incredible form. He's a reason why all these big clubs want him.
And Morocco hasn't got an Eustáquio in the middle of the park.
They don't.
No.
Right? And don't forget, we have a player playing week in, week out for Porto in the Champions League. Scored his first goal as well, right, this time around. So, we talk about the stars of Canada. Eustáquio is one of those guys now as well.
100%. I'm glad you brought that up. Also, Morocco lost 3-0 to the States just a couple months ago. Right? Of course, it's a friendly. It's one fixture, but they're vulnerable. They're not invincible. But I don't think it'll be as easy.
No, you can't dismiss them, right? Second highest ranked African team behind Senegal. There's two other teams in this group, though.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start with Belgium, an aging side, but still in the golden generation, James. Is this the tournament where they can finally win something?
I've been saying that for about a decade now, I think. This is the one, right? And they haven't done it so far, but they're still a class team. They're oozing class. I know Lukaku has done his hammy.
Yeah.
And 3 weeks from the World Cup, that's not good news.
That's a big loss.
Big loss, right? He's been so injury prone this season. So even if he makes it, he's not going to be 100%. That's great for Canada.
Right.
What isn't great for Canada is that Kevin De Bruyne is playing as good as I've seen him the last few weeks. Pep Guardiola called him out on Man City saying we can get more from Kevin. And we got more from Kevin the last.
That free kick?
Yeah.
Don't give free kicks away to Bill. Okay, John Herman.
Yeah.
Right? don't tell your players not to foul Belgium, okay?
Don't let them
Outside
shoot
the
from outside
area.
the box either.
No, exactly.
unbelievable.
They're class.
Yeah.
They're a
Yeah,
fantastic
they
team.
really are.
And at the back, they're aging a bit, I
Big time.
suppose,
I
but they're
think big
still
time, James.
cultured players.
Yeah.
And Yuri Tielemans is another guy on that team. Is just
Nice
he's
goal as
so
well, by the way.
underrated. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is so good.
They have a lot of players. Trossard, Carrasco,
Witsel.
both Hazards.
Yeah,
You think about
too,
Trossard,
yeah.
right? He's been busted
Yeah.
this year for Brazil.
And he's the type of player against Canada because he's so physically
Yeah.
like better than everyone else. He's so quick. He can
Yeah,
change.
their
a game
biggest
like that.
weakness is that back three, but behind them they have Thibaut Courtois, so not too bad. Let's talk about Croatia, another aging team.
Yeah.
Their biggest strength being in the midfield, 300 caps between Kovacic, Brozovic, and Modric. That's a pretty good midfield. But weaknesses for them as well is in net and up front they can't really score goals. And I think Canada, if they want to play that style where they sit back and counter, I think they can do it well against Croatia.
That's the one team I think, if we're talking about the big two, I think Canada have a better chance against Croatia.
Right.
Because Canada's strengths are playing off the counterattack. And sure, Belgium's defense is potentially old, but they're still class. They've been there, done that. I think Croatia's a little bit more susceptible to potentially be broken down on the counter by Canada. So
Right.
I think I'd really watch that matchup for Canada.
Yeah, Canada matches up nicely against Croatia, but it's still Croatia.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here, and let's not overthink this. If Canada got a result, even a point against Croatia, it might be one of the, if not the greatest result
It
in
would
their
be.
history.
Yeah.
It's still Croatia. They're a World Cup finalist,
Of course, yeah.
right? 4 years ago.
Yeah.
They're a team that was aging then, we thought, but they were the fittest team at the World Cup. There's something about that team. They put that shirt on, and they lose 10 years, right? They're incredible. I'm a huge Croatia fan. Few teams play better football.
But it's got to
I suppose.
gotta get over the
There is
hill,
some
no?
youth coming through.
Right,
There is
yeah.
some youth coming
I
through.
mean,
but
experience
they
plays
still rely
a huge,
on that midfield.
experience plays a huge factor in these tournaments, especially when you've been there before. Croatia, let's not forget, man, they were finalists against France.
And don't forget, Canada has no experience
Zero.
at this level.
Yeah.
Like literally zero
Yeah.
experience, right? So, listen, the more I think about it, and now I feel more depressed when this chat started. I'm just kidding. I don't. It's going to be an experience, if nothing else, for these players and for this fan base, right?
Yeah. At the moment, the odds are Canada to get out of the group plus 300, Morocco 200, Croatia and Belgium obviously favored. How do you see this group finishing off?
I hate to be boring. I'm going to say it's Croatia, then Belgium.
Okay.
And then Canada and Morocco scrapping it out for that third
It's not
place.
boring. I
which
like
is-
it. Mix it up a little
yeah.
bit. I got Belgium finishing first.
Okay.
In second, I'm gonna go Morocco.
You going Morocco, really?
I think Morocco is gonna find a way to upset a few
dark
people.
horse?
They're
Yeah.
dark
Overall?
horse. They could be
Like
overall,
semifinals, quarterfinals?
quarterfinals at
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
At best, but I think they could be a dark horse. They
Man,
advance
like I
every
said,
year.
you got a draw against Belgium and Croatia, and you beat Canada, or flip side, if Canada beat Morocco, 4 points is enough to go through. It'll be interesting to see.
How about you?
I wasn't gonna say that to wrap it up. How can you not go Belgium, Croatia? I'm sorry, you can't. I mean, we've seen upsets. Hopefully, it happens. I mean, I would love to see Canada get through that
Boring.
group.
Boring.
There's a
Boring.
chance. All right, flip it. Canada to top the group. All right, that's it for the Group F chat. Thanks for watching, and as James Sharman always says, cheers for watching.